Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. It's a battle on the Liveoaks map, and we're following Matmann in his UDES 15.16, which is the tier 10 Swedish medium tank in the tech tree. He's platooned with Biggles from Fiddy Clan as well, and in the same team we've got Fury from Fiddy Clan, not in the platoon, so I'm not sure if they are going to work together or not. There's also another Fiddy Clan member on the other side, Deadstank, in the FV215B183. Now, Matmann's on a mission. The mission is MT-15 for the T-55A, so let's have a quick look at the conditions for that. 2,500 damage to enemy tank destroyers, and for honours to damage 7 enemy vehicles and win the battle. Anyway, see how he progresses that. Matmann tells me this is his first battle in this tank, and as you've probably seen on the channel, he had a bit of a heartbreak game in his Leo, just losing right at the end after basically being the best player in the game. So let's see if he can rectify that situation. Now, the enemy's pushed up pretty quickly. There's Object 430U there, and a Centurion 7-1 that basically just went too far against more opposition. So Matt gets 3 shots at this 430U. It's tier 9. Actually, it's the tier 10. Russian medium tank. And is he going to get a kill shot on it? No, just loads a little bit too late. Fury takes out the 430U, and Matt gets hit by Artie at the same time, which takes out his tracks. So he's not using his repair kit at this point. Just keeping that for when he really needs it. He wasn't in any danger there, although there's 2 Artie. It looks like, yeah, they won't. Now seems to be in a bit of a battle here for one bush with the K91. They're both pushing at each other, but finally they work out 2 can share the bush. Now he gets spotted at that point, probably just coming up into the bush or being right on the edge of the bush, and just backs off, gets tagged by the STB-1. And he's just, yeah, waiting at this point now. Looks like Fury's pushed up ahead in his STB-1, but got tagged by Artie together with the K91. Just taking him a big chunk of health off him. And look, there's Deadstank there in his 215B. Always good when clan members play against each other. A lot more satisfaction. And that STB-1 pops up, just backs off in time before Matty can react to that. But will he do that again? Quite likely. A lot of players tend to just reuse the same spot. They might get lit in and then back off, get unlit, and then come back in the same spot. And here he comes. Matt's waiting for him. Puts a nice big shot in there. So he's up to 1,200 damage there, and he hasn't got anything against his target of tank destroyer damage yet, but I think that won't be too far away. He's got a few tank destroyers in front of him. There's this DB1 again. Gets another shot in him, so that's a bit of revenge for getting shot before. And he's, yeah, looks like the Audi's gone over to that K91 again. He's been stunned for a second time. Now, so there's the T30 down there and the 215B. And look, there's another tank destroyer just handily pops up over the railway line. Matt tags him. Is he going back down? Yes, he is. But that's a nice squishy target. Matt looks like he's just angling to go across the railway line and tag him again, or just, yeah, right on the edge of it. Gets another nice shot in there. So that's adding to his total now. He's got 888. If he was a Chinese person, he'd be very happy with that number right there and then. But yeah, he needs 2,500, so he can't stop. Now it looks like Deadstank's been taken down to 43 hit points and is backing off, so the T30's by himself. Now it's a good opportunity for 3 tanks to gang up on one. Fury doesn't look too keen. He knows he'll be taken out in a one shot. And Matt has found T110E4. Looks like he hasn't connected in the game yet with his gun barrel pointing down. So this is basically, yeah, free damage. You can just get up here. He's got good gun depression. Gets a nice side shot in on the E4. He's getting up to his target really quickly. 1,700 points out of his target of 2,500. E4 goes down. Fury takes him out. That wouldn't have helped. He doesn't need to kill tank destroyers specifically, he just needs to do damage to individual tanks. So he's damaged 4 out of the required number so far. T30 adds to that total, so it makes it 5, and he's probably one more shot to get to his target, unless he goes after dead stank, in which case he's only going to get 40 something hit points, so he probably wants to prefer to focus on the T30. Getting nice side shots on the T30, no problem there, going through the side of the turret. He gets lit every time, but looks like Artie may be focused on another area. So Fury gets around and takes out Dead Stank. Probably Dead Stank's not too happy with that. Gets another shot in on the T30, in fact takes him out. So that ticks off his damage total. So he has achieved the primary requirement for MT-15, which is very gratifying. Now he got shot by this TB1 at that point. This TB1 last spotted right across the map, so beyond view range, and you can see, in fact, he's still in that location. So Matt comes down, sees can he get his next set of revenge, just looking around for thing, but the T30 takes him out instead. So the team is up in tanks, leading 8-5. They've got a decent lead in hit points as well, and Matt is going to see whether he can get any more damage. He doesn't really need to do anything more than help win the game, seeing he's got his total damage, so he's coming back towards the centre. There's still some arty around there, and the Object 268 version 4, which again would be a legitimate target for him, and it might help him get to his target number of vehicles damage for his honours. So it's just pushing here under the slope to basically get in without being spotted. Can't really tell where that Object 268 version 4 is. Can come up on top of this hill where there's a bush, but I'm not sure if that's going to give him vision into the city beyond the first few houses. Pardon me. While he's looking around, because they might try and exit out of the city back to their base if they think there's going to be a push down there. And you can see Fury's got top. Okay, there you go. Fury's found the Object 268, and he's just backed off down the hill. Is Matty going to get a shot on him? And they've also spotted some arty moving through the city. Well, in fact, there's also a mouse there, so now it's a bit of danger here. There's still plenty of tanks left in the game. Now this is clearly a game on the ANZ server with the limited number of tanks in the game. I think we've got 12 or 13 instead of the 15. That mouse is coming out. Is he going to spot Matman? Yeah, it's quite a potential. He's pretty close. And Matt is just moving backwards and forwards, just trying to look for more targets. And the Object 268 seems to have backed off down the hill. Now Artie takes out Fury, so that's the end of him. And the mouse is now pushing on Matt. And he's just turned around and noticed him. Is he going to get out of the way? No, he doesn't. So he's down now to pretty much a one-shot for the mouse. Although Artie's probably going to have to hit him at least twice if that's going to come down to it. They have a good try. They just managed to stun him though. Biggles has come up here to try and take on the mouse. And Matt's just going along here while his crew are stunned, and to come up at a different point and try and get a shot on the mouse from a different angle. So there's Fury's dead body, or dead tank I should say. No, not spotting the mouse though. Is he going to come spot him? Well, there's the mouse in the picture, but he's behind buildings, so no shot there, I don't think. Still the Object 268 to go, and in fact they've leveled the game here. They've come back, it's 8 all, so must have lost a few tanks there. Looking for side shots. Is he going to get anything on the mouse? Not apparent. He's a bit worried if he goes too far up he might get spotted by the 268. E75 looks like he's taken some damage out of the mouse, which is good. And the arty disappearing didn't go fast enough. He's been taken out by the T30. And Matty got spotted again now. That could have been the artillery, or it may well have been the Object 268. A bit hard to tell. Well, he's definitely within vision range of the mouse if he'd come out of the building, so, but nonetheless he's in danger of getting clobbered by something he can't see. There's still plenty of tank destroyers around. Finally the mouse goes down, Biggles takes him out in his striv. In fact, there's the Object 268. Matt's looking for an angle on him. Yes, there he is. Can he get some damage in? Looks at lower plate. No, just hits but doesn't penetrate. That keeps the building between him, and there's still one arty he doesn't want to get tagged by it. And he goes dark. Comes around, tries to change the angle. Biggles is here to, again, try and get some damage in. But it looks like we know where the Object 268's been hanging out, pretty much in that one spot. And we still have an arty, and where he's located, he's up around the railway tracks, so is he going to get anything on there? Okay, the 268's been taken out by the E75. Looks like the E75 is having a reasonable game. And we've just got the Waffenträger Panzer IV and the artillery to go. Matty's on 4700. Is he going to get any more? In fact, there's the Waffenträger, gets another shot on him. And he gets spotted. You can wait and see if you can get a reload in time. No, the Waffenträger's gone into the ditch. But there's the arty. Now the arty's hit, but only done 96 damage, which he can deal with, but his crew's still stunned. Biggles is getting in the way. Is the artillery going to get away? He's turning around. You can see his gun bloom has gone right out because his gunner has been damaged, and his repair kit is in use on cooldown, so he basically had just too big a reticle there. Couldn't get any hit on the MT-15.3, but he goes down, and in fact that's the game. So that got him the second class mastery badge, the high caliber award for doing the most damage across both teams, more than 20% of the total hit point value, and that was made up of doing 5144 direct damage. You also got 8086 assisted there. So that compared to the last game we showed on the channel where he lost right at the end, this must have been a bit more of a relief, in particular in completing that medium tank mission. And in particular, being the first game in that tank would have been a nice result there. He's finished third in terms of base experience, obviously top in terms of damage, and the arty and also Fury in his STB1 got a good amount of XP out of that. So good support from his team, and a bit of bad luck to Dead Stank in his boomstick on the other side. So 17 shots fired, 13 hit, 12 of those penetrated. That gave him his damage total, and it didn't look like he spent anything on consumables, so he ended up with 28k profit, which is always handy. Anyway, great game there, Matman, and thanks for the content.